Alright guys, it's been a while since I made a video. I'm going to make another one right now about making a 3-ply bowstring. A 3-ply bowstring. They look really nice, that's why I like them, and they're just as strong as your other bowstrings if you do them properly. Here's an example of one of them. I don't know if the camera is focused or anything, but there you go. And on my bows I always do a timber hitch on one side and a loop on the other. So that's the way I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. And what I did already was cut some wax nylon into my length. I usually do like 12 inches more than what I need, so that when I twist it up, it ends up being the length that I want it to be, or a little longer. Usually I like to leave it a little longer so that I have some room, or sometimes I just go by feel. I just measured it on the bow and then I put an extra 10 inches in there, and you should be safe if you do 10 or 12 inches because once you twist it up it starts shrinking, and then you have to stretch the bowstring after it's done. But anyways, I already separated the fibers here. Each of them contains 8 strands, each of these, so in total I'm gonna have a 24 strand bowstring. The fibers are not too thick on this wax nylon. It's almost the same thing as artificial sinew. This doesn't stretch as much. It's around probably like 70 pounds, but this one's gonna be my tillering string probably, and that's why it's gonna be a little thicker, or it doesn't really end up that thick with 24 fibers. But the first thing I do is, when I begin, I'm gonna start and I'm gonna make my loop on this end. So I'm gonna cut a few fibers from each at the end here. I'll cut one further down, there you go, and then one further up and a few more further up, and I'll do it to all of these strands. That way I can get a nice and uniform transition from my loop into my bowstring. This is pretty much the hardest part, doing the loop. Everything else, once you get it down, it gets pretty easy. So I don't know if you're seeing this, but so I'm just cutting away. So now it's ready, and I just put them all together. Let's see, let's get this closer here. And okay, you guys can see there. I'm gonna put it close. I'm gonna twist it clockwise. So I twist clockwise, then I go counterclockwise, and one of them goes on to the end, and then make sure you untangle your bowstring every now and then, or else it'll be a mess. And then, like I said, I go clockwise, then counterclockwise, then clockwise, counterclockwise, and you will see here's the way it looks. You're gonna wanna do, the one you want to twist next is this one. You twist, and then so it's the, you can see it, it's next, it's the next one. So I do this for a few inches so that I can get my loop. Let me go ahead and do it fast, and then I'll show you how to do the loop. You can see now I have to untangle it, because if you don't untangle it, it'll become a real nasty knot there in the bottom for you. You're gonna have a hard time untangling it, which has happened to me before. But now I just like to take my time and untangle it every now and then, because it's less of a headache. Anyways, you need to make sure that all of your separate fibers here have the same amount of strings or strands, because if one of them's a little thicker, it's gonna bulge up, and it's gonna pull harder on that strand, and it will make your string fall apart. If it's not strong enough to hold all of it, it'll explode if you shoot an arrow off of it or whatever. So you gotta make sure it has the same, all of them are like the same thickness, and that you're twisting all of them the same amount. So I had a bowstring blow up on me, because I guess I was twisting one of the fibers, or at one point I twisted more on one, and so it became uneven. Once it becomes uneven, you'll notice it, because it'll pull the bowstring on one side. You have to like untwist the whole thing and twist it, and it'll correct it. But once the damage has been done, you have to not start all over, but just go back to the area where you twisted it more, so that you can correct the problem. Anyways, here I did a few inches. As you can see, it's probably around 2.5 inches there, and I can start doing my loop if I want a loop already that's not too big. And I think I'll go a little more, probably 1/2 inch more. Just keep going. So remember, clockwise, counterclockwise, and then just the next one. It's basically the same as only 2 plies, but like I said, this one's much more appealing. So now I got that, and now I want to get my loop. So you gotta put 3 and 3 together. So I put this one with that one, and the middle with the middle, and the side with the side. So all the 3 sides come together, and you just start on the next one. So same thing, clockwise, counterclockwise, and just keep going, and it'll conform back to shape like you were going. And the reason I cut my fibers was because, as you can see, it's now a little bulky there. Probably should have cut a little more lower towards the loop, so that they would be a lot more uniform. But I'm already doing it, so, and this one's gonna be my tillering string, so it doesn't really matter at this point. And you can see I'm getting a nice twist on there. And that's basically how you do a 3-ply bowstring. And you just keep going all the way until it's done. Like I said, I do a timber hitch for the other loop. I don't do an endless loop. just a timber hitch, and it works pretty well because I can, if I need it tighter, I just make the timber hitch further down, or further up I mean, and I get a shorter bowstring. Or I just, if it's not too much, I just twist it, because the first time you string your bow, or the first time you put a the finished bowstring on the bow, it's gonna stretch a few inches. Usually it stretches about 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches. It'll stretch because you're doing all this twisting, so it'll kind of stretch a little bit, and then after that it won't stretch as much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I also want to take the time to say that I have a newsletter. I started this newsletter. I'm posting up some stuff that I'm not posting on my website or here on the YouTube videos. And you can also get updates from the YouTube videos I post on there. I'll be posting this one there probably. And if you want to join it, it's totally free. It's on my website. Just put your email in there and you'll be getting updates and other useful videos. If you want to see any other type of how-to, you can put it down in the comment area. I'm thinking of doing a lot more of the do-it-yourself videos. I haven't been doing that lately. I've mostly been showing my stuff and my bows and whatnot. I'll keep doing that. And here's the bow I finished. You guys already seen this one. It's a Brave bow. Just a closer look at the details for you guys. And this one has a 3-ply string. I wanted it to be real elegant. But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.